What's going on, guys? My name is Barney and welcome back to the third video of Renegade Line in the first week. And today I want to talk about the user experience in Renegade Line. After a few days of playing, it feels like I've actually experienced every situation possible in the game, so the game gets repetitive there fairly quickly. That's because there are only two classes, and the thief and the sniper will make the game the most diverse, I think, since those are totally different classes. The game is still enjoyable though, I love playing it, and on the forums people are mass spamming bug reports. It's a good thing, of course. People are willing to help the development of the game. Well, it could have gone better. People are making like 10 exact same threads on saying that Shockwave is overpowered, all those things, and that might be kind of annoying for the devs. The devs have a list of bugs so far. They looked at all the feedback and they've collected everything in one list, which is a very nice thing that they shared that with us. And probably they have a priority list as well for game-breaking bugs and overpowered kind of things. I'm going to be talking about the things that I think that should be fixed first to improve the user experience a hell of a lot better. Especially the user experience, since that's at this point I think the most important thing if you want testers in your game, to make your users have a good experience and have fun. So they will test the game more and you'll find more bugs, which leads to a better beta or full release. So yeah. I found a few things that made my experience worse, but I still had a good experience. So yeah, this is not a video especially for the devs that they know my priority list, but it's just something I felt talking about. Also, I want to give the developers props for actually communicating with the community. Like the first 2 days, it felt like the developers weren't even reading the alpha posts, but after 2 days, some devs actually stepped it up, especially Paul in my opinion. He commented on a lot of threads, which is nice, and it feels like the community is being heard. And that's one of the biggest points of RV, that the community is being heard and that their feedback will be implemented into the game. If it's good feedback, of course. At first they did a really bad job on it. It felt like all the developers disappeared, but they were just probably working really hard on the game. But yeah, let's get started with my list that I think that should be fixed in this next update, so the user experience will be even more better. First of all, we have to see how many players are in a game. Also, how many residents and how many wickets. That's kind of a nice thing to have instead of trying to join a full server for half an hour, you know, waiting in a queue, or maybe joining empty servers all the time, especially for US players. There are a lot of empty servers. It would be nice as well to let us sort everything by ping, the number of the server, or even the amount of players in the game. It makes it a hell of a lot better for people to find a nice server to play on. Then, a grenade buff would be nice, and a shockwave nerf would be nice, and these things have been confirmed by Altempera, also known as Paul, and he said that those things would be changed so it would fit the meta a bit more. You know, the grenade will be thrown faster and it will be thrown further, and yeah, that's basically a nice thing in my opinion, but the shockwave should be nerfed, and that's what he said as well. Also, the falling damage could be nerfed, since if you're flying actually horizontally, then the parachute doesn't help you. You will still get a lot of falling damage, and yeah, that should be fixed in my opinion. Problems with this is that the developers think like, yo, we shouldn't be nerfing this too hard, since then it will be useless and it could be still overpowered, or that they think like, this is so overpowered, we need to nerf this very hard, and that the ability will become useless, and then we have to wait another update to actually play properly. Also, you could overbuff an ability like the grenade that they'll do damage to like 80. Of course, that's not going to happen instead from 40 to 80, but it's just an extreme example. Also, the hitboxes. That's one of the most important things for the user experience. I'm so annoyed by just aiming at the legs. It's so unnatural for me. And according to old Tempera, aka Paul, like I said before, it's almost fixed on the old models. I heard that they wanted to implement it with the new 3D models at first, you know, the hitboxes, but I think they saw that the new 3D models would take too long to implement, so people would have to play too long with the wrong hitboxes, and that's really frustrating to play with, in my opinion. Of course, this takes a lot of time, the hitboxes, to fix, and yeah, but basically it will make a hell of a lot of difference. And actually, we can show how good we are with our aim in this game, instead of who can find the dick or the crotch or the legs as first. After that, I have performance issues. Personally, I can run the game perfectly fine, even with recording on full 1080p. Since I have a pretty good PC, I bought a new one like half a year ago, maybe even a few months ago. So I have no problem. Especially for the low-end PCs, they should fix it, since a lot of people just can't play the game. This will take a while as well. We should expect this too soon, but I hope in the next update that there will be performance updates for the low-end PCs so they can play as well. So we have more players and fuller servers and more people enjoying the game. And also more bug reports. Also, on the stone bridge on server 1, there's a lot of lag, FPS lag I mean, when you look towards the bridge or when you're on the bridge. When I'm on the bridge and I'm looking to water, I have no problems, but when I'm looking to the ground, you know, to the trees and whatever, then I do have a lot of lag, especially when you're like 50 meters away and you're looking towards the stone bridge on server 1. It's really intense for your CPU for some reason. I don't know why, but I have my speculations, but I don't think they're correct, so I'm not going to give them. The next point is that the gameplay feels slow. One thing you can do about this is higher the movement speed to speed up the game from the classes, or lower the amount of tickets to something like 60. When the game is actually being played on a fun way at this moment, it's not being played competitively. The games to take really long, since sometimes they're AFK, sometimes people are just, you know, chilling. Nothing wrong with that, chilling. And if the server isn't full, then the games just feel very long and slow, in my opinion. Sometimes a game takes up to half an hour or 25 minutes. Something like 15 minutes would be better, in my opinion. One thing which will improve the user experience, especially for new people, is standard options like the options menu on escape instead of on E. A lot of people were like, yo, how can I change my settings in this game? And E is not a very natural button for it. So you can fix it yourself. I fixed it myself and I put it on escape. It's not that hard, but a lot of people, and especially people who don't know about key bindings and shit, they don't really know how to fix it, and they'll keep it on E, and it's not very nice to press E every time for the menu. Also for the parachute on spacebar instead of P, since P is an unnatural button as well. And then my last concern is the flag locations. Sometimes I forget about the flags to be captured, and I capture one flag and the rest of the game I'm trying to kill people and try to defend my flag. I don't even know if some flags are captured or not. Sometimes it's 10 versus 10 on the tickets, and still one flag has been uncaptured the whole game. Also, it's nice to see how many flags which team has, and also it would be nice that you can see while playing where the flags are, since sometimes after playing a few days I know where their flags are, but it would be nice to have some sort of automated system which points out where the flags are and who has which flag, and that's just something which should be improved, in my opinion. Of course, these are not all priorities, but they are priorities for the user experience, and this is one factor which actually I think this improves the amount of bugs reported and the quality of the bugs reported, since more people are enjoying the game and playing more and finding out more bugs. Most of these are small improvements to fix the user experience by a lot, and some of these, like the hitboxes and the performance, are really hard. But most of them shouldn't take that much time, especially the buffing and nerfing are just adjusting numbers. And if you have any other things that made your experience worse while playing the game, I'd love to know those. You can put those in the comments. And that's basically it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed my little rant about the user experience, and I hope to see you guys in tomorrow's video. Later!